So I do hope now everyone can hear me. I'm sorry, it was, I think, internet issues, but I'm able now to solve them from my side. I think I have tethered my phone, which contains at least a little bit more of good internet. I was using Wi-Fi, which has a lot of downtimes and buffering. So I do hope now we are going to be together. I was talking of law of market survey in procurement planning. And in the law of market survey in procurement planning, I start by defining what is a market survey, or what we call market research. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a kind of research that either one of you or maybe all of you have ever gone through. And that is the project you did, either in a diploma or either anywhere else. And you're also going to do it. By next semester, early next semester, you shall have started your project. So I'm just going to give you tips whether we really need to have, or whether research has any impact in procurement planning. We do believe that it's not always prudent to carry out a procurement planning exercise before we plan for it, and therefore it greatly contributes to the success of a good procurement plan. What is market research? Market research describes the gathering and analysis of market data, such as consumer preferences, trends in market prices, the presence of competing products, the population of the customers, the target customers, the demographic factors. Those are some of the things that we do. That is a normal research, and we do a normal research to understand the prices of various products. So before we do a market plan, a procurement plan, it's always good to know the existing or the current market prices of various products. We also need to know the existence of various suppliers. So therefore, we describe a market survey or a market research as any study that gathers information directly from consumers by asking them questions about their preferences, habits, and experiences. The major purpose of market survey is to provide business manager with insight or information about their target customer, such as how much money they think of spending, the type of products they may wish to have, whether the products are having any substitute, the interest level for new products, and any other information. So it's always prudent to have or to do research before we sit down and make our procurement plan. We have several types of market surveys or several methods that we can use in doing a research, and they include questionnaires, or what we call paper surveys, where you give individuals questionnaires and they fill and give you the feedback that is required. We again lost. Someone to confirm to me whether you're hearing me. Someone to confirm whether you're hearing me, so that I continue. Someone to confirm whether you are hearing me so that I can continue. I'm waiting for you to confirm so that we continue. Okay, thank you. I can confirm that guys are hearing me. So I would continue by the definition. I think I was talking of market research, or whatever I'm referring to as surveys, and I was talking of the various types of market surveys, and I'm saying they include paper surveys or questionnaire, which is administered by issuing some sort of questions to individuals prepared some sort of standardized questions, and then you expect them to fill the questionnaire or the questions after a period of time, let's say 1 week or 2 weeks, and then they return, and then you're going to analyze questions. Research can also be carried through mail or email to the customers. That is another type of market survey where you prepare some questions through the mail, and then you send it to your targeted respondents, and then they fill. We also have research can also be conducted over the phone, where someone will call you and ask you several questions about the performance of a product. It can also be done via the internet. Via the internet, this is where we have the third-party websites, where maybe through this kind of an application like Big Blue Button, someone will meet you and ask you several questions concerning the performance, concerning various background checks of prices of products, and anything related to that. What are some of the benefits of market surveys? What are some of the benefits of market surveys? There are several benefits of market survey. Some of them include it provides a strategic understanding of how a market works. It provides a strategic understanding of how a market works. You are able to know the various prices of the market. You are able to know the competitiveness of the market. You are able to know the capacity that the market can handle. You are able to know the key suppliers. So you are able to strategically understand how a market works. Number two, it also helps in gathering information through market analysis, and this information will help various procurement managers to manage risk, and this risk could be managed by identifying and analyzing supply difficulties. Through research, you can be able to know which products are likely to be scarce in the next coming period. You can be able to know which products are in season, and therefore you can, or it can help you to plan adequately and manage your risk effectively. Number three, it can assist in developing strategies to shape the market in a way that will increase the supply base. You can be able to know, or market research will help you knowing where you need to assist, or the kind of suppliers you need to assist, where you need to invest, where you need to compete, where you need to get ideas from, where you need to get an opportunity. These are some of the strategies that the market information can help you in shaping. Number four, the result of the market analysis can also help the buyer to improve and also shape the strategy and the tendering process and align their behavior. We can easily know when to buy a particular product depending on the period. We can easily know how well to negotiate depending on the information that we have gathered. Of course, if you're able to get background information on a supplier, you can be able to negotiate further. You can be able to convince him very easily, and therefore lowering the price. You can also be able to get high quality materials from the most reliable suppliers. So it helps in improving and shaping strategy for tendering process. Another benefit of supply market analysis, they are great ways to ask for feedback on new products, services, and features. Like, for example, if you have a new product and you want to know the performance of the new product in the market, the best way is to have a market survey, which will help you in analyzing and knowing what exactly the product covers. You'll be able to know how the product is performing in the market, whether it's performing poorly or not. We also have its limitations. I think market research, like any other kind of research, can be limited by a variety of factors. These factors include some people can fail to respond, maybe due to fear of something. Some people may fail to disclose some information due to fear of unknown. We can also have a challenge on the side of the researchers. Some researchers can pose reading questions. And of course, when a researcher poses a reading question, they are likely to get what they call skewed results. You can find almost everyone now saying yes, yes, yes. Like, for example, asking you, dash, are you wise? You have an option of giving either yes or no. Automatically, the question will make no sense. Yes, I am wise. No, I am wise. That is a reading question. So we find such mistakes do happening. Some consumers are not truthful. They will say lies. They will answer things that are not there. Some may lack what we call confidence. Finance is also a challenge that we do experience. Carrying a research is not an easy thing. So automatically it will cost a lot of money. Those are some of the challenges that you are likely to face when you are carrying out market research. From there we have market study in public procurement. Market study in public procurement. And whatever we are talking about market study in public procurement, we are analyzing the various markets or doing what we call market assessment or doing what we call market sounding. Market sounding is providing a new product for the first time and then looking for the customer's response on the new product in the market. That is what we call market sounding. I repeat again, market sounding is providing a product for the first time and looking at the response of the customer. So we find market study in public procurement is essential. I think that one I have said, because it helps or it is useful in defining requirements. It's also useful in preparing budgets. It's also useful in choosing procurement methods. It's also useful in planning and scheduling the procurement of goods, services, and works. It's also useful in evaluation of tenders or proposals. And it's also useful in the justification of contract amendments. That is something that you must understand. It enables, of course, market study in public procurement enables the department to understand some of the importance of market research or market sounding or market analysis to public procurement. It enables the department, that is the Department of Procurement, to understand how the market works, to understand the direction in which a market is heading, to understand the competitiveness of a market, to understand the potential suppliers, to understand the existing goods or services, to understand the anticipated cost and also time frames, and also to understand the lessons learned from similar goods that were there before. Why undertake market research? We do undertake market research in order, number one, it helps in defining requirements and strategies. That is number one. It helps in defining requirement and strategy. We are able to come or improvise good strategies that are going to help us mitigate future risk. Number two, it helps in better knowledge of supplier strategy. We shall know why the supplier is doing whatever is doing. That is another reason why we should carry out a market research. Next, it helps us achieve value for money. We are able to have, it helps us achieve value for money. We are able to get quality products. We are able to get products at more affordable pricing. Number four, it helps in managing risk for contracting authority. Of course, we are able to predict and also know when a certain risk is likely to occur and therefore counter it in advance. So am I still being heard? Someone to clarify? Are you still hearing me? Are you still getting me? Are you still getting me? I'm waiting for your response. I don't know what you have. Okay, you are saying you can still hear me? Yes, but after starting the session, eh? Kerry is saying I have lost the audio. Okay, let me pause. Okay, thank you. I'm saying we undertake market research because of the following reasons. Number one, I was saying we undertake market research because we want to define requirements and strategies. And I was explaining and saying we are able to devise or come up with good strategies that are going to help us obtain a competitive advantage against the competitor. If we are able to know the existing market prices of various goods, then we can be able to counter any supplier that may come. If we are able to know or get better knowledge of the supplier strategy, then we can be able to have enough information to counter. We can be able to manage risk. Another reason I was talking about better knowledge. We conduct market research because we want to get better knowledge of suppliers. We want to know why the supplier is doing whatever is doing. We want to know whether there is any substitute goods or services. We want to understand why our supplier, either whether he is technologically advanced or not. We want to identify whether there is any opportunity that we can utilize on the age of supplier. That is what you're talking. I say number three, we do carry market research in order to achieve value for money. And value for money, I'm saying this is where we talk about quality, we talk about achieving value for money, we talk about economy. And of course, by making sure that we carry out a thorough market research, we are able to know where particular products which are of low prices are existing. Number four, we carry out market research in order to manage risk of the contracting authority. And I was talking and saying, how do we manage risk for the contracting authority? We are able to know that these goods are seasonal, therefore we can be able to organize how we are going to keep them. We are able to know that these things are expensive, and this is the time this is the most appropriate time we can be able to have them. We can be able to know when a particular supplier is maybe corrupting financially, or maybe when a particular supplier is lying. Those are some of the information. It also helps us it also helps us to identify opportunities to advance government priorities. It helps us identify opportunities. Yes, through research we can be able to know where to invest, where to take advantage, where to exploit, or any other thing. It also helps us to progress government priorities, like for example, where to ask the government at least to interfere, where to comply with government, where to form consortia, where to import goods, where to develop local suppliers. Those are some of the things that we always do when we have enough information about the market. From there, I talked about the explanation of market sounding. I will not mind repeating. I said market sounding is a kind of technique that is used to assess the reaction of the market to the proposed procurement activity or approach. And in explanation, I said, this is where you provide a new product to the customers. And of course, you predict how they are going to react. Some will despite it, some will embrace it, some will tell you to increase more features. That is market sounding, the reaction of the market to the proposed procurement activity. That is what we refer to as market sounding. Maybe I can ask you a question. Under what circumstances can market sounding be useful? One, when doubt exists over existent capacity or capability of a supplier. Number two, where the project outcome sought are complex or innovative. Number three, we can also say where there is or the level of uncertainty is too high. We can first test the market. I said market sounding is testing the market to see their reaction. So if you find that, for example, point number one, if you find that there are some doubts that are existing, you doubt whether the supplier is capable of supplying enough quantity to the consumers, you can carry out a market sounding. Number two, I have said, where the project outcome sought are complex or innovative. If you find that maybe the project is a little bit complicated and you want to understand the result that is going to yield, you can try market sounding. Where there is a level of uncertainty on the level of supply, when you doubt whether the supplier is going to supply you or not, you can try market sounding. Where there is a need to manage market expectation, you can also try market sounding. Maybe we can still talk about the various steps that we can have in a market survey. And the various steps we can have in market survey include, you start with clarifying the goal of your market survey. What we usually say here, before starting any planning, be certain why, or be certain of your goals. Be certain of the goal of market research. Before you do market research, know what you want to research about. Find out what you need to research about before you start. So it's like identifying your need. Know first what exactly you need. You can even predict the results that you are likely to get. Number two, determine and define the nature, extent, and size of your market. There is no way you can carry out a research for the whole world, neither the whole country. Define your target market. Know where you want or your target respondents. Number three, determine what aspects of the market you want to investigate. You can't investigate everything. Know whether you want to investigate the age, whether you want to investigate a particular set of behavior. You must know what exactly you want to investigate. That is number four. Number three. Number four, find out where and when you can reach customers in your market. Of course, you cannot get people anytime. Identify the appropriate times you can get individuals in the market and visit them. You can't visit people. You can't go to do a research at midnight, at 2. But you must identify the comfortable time to your target audience when they are not going to feel offended when you are asking them questions. We also have step number 5, consider online survey platform, which is the last step. It's always good to consider online survey platforms. Why? It's because they are cost effective. They are not like printed questionnaires. And therefore, those makes the 5 steps of market survey. How do you get the best results if you conduct a good market research? If you want to get the best results in your market research, choose a sample size that is as large as possible. Choose a sample size that is as large as possible. Number 2, prepare a list of questions with the answers that will provide you the data you want. You don't just ask any kind of question. Know the data you want and then prepare questions so that you can get the data you want. Devise a way to quantify the answers you receive. You must know how you are going to quantify the answers you receive from your respondents. Identify variables that might affect your results. It might be biasness, it might be fear to disclose information. You must know what exactly you predict is going to affect your research. And lastly, you also have someone else to look at your survey. Yes, never believe so much in yourself. Even in future, when you're writing your project, don't be too overconfident in your project. Give it to another person. You may not see all the mistakes in your project, but when you give it to another person, he or she will identify several other mistakes that you have not seen. I think that is the end of market research as our topic. I will therefore go back to you again and see whether there is any question. If you have any question, you can write it on the public chat instead of us talking, and I will get the opportunity to answer them. Any question, you can write a question there. Write your question there, or you can still ask it. It was a short topic. It's just market research, the role of market research in procurement planning. Any area that you needed clarification, it's also the high time that we answer. Anyone with a question? Swali ama maswali? Swali ama maswali? If you don't have a question, write it there down. Just write, you don't have a question there. Thank you, Coretta. You don't have a question. Moses, you don't have a question. I'm waiting for you to confirm. Kerry, I'm waiting for you. Be there, I'm waiting for you. Florence, I'm waiting for you to confirm so that I end my lesson. Frederick, I'm waiting for you to confirm whether you have a question or not. Hello. Okay, there seems to be no one with a question. If you don't have any question, then we shall end our class from there. I just have to remind you that there are chats and discussion forums in the homepage of our unit. Ensure or make sure you participate. Ensure you contribute to the discussion forum. You also confirm whether your register is marked. That is maybe by tomorrow. Today I can confirm that I have around how many guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I had 8 students in my session. Thank you so much. I beg to end the lesson from there. Let's go to the discussion forum.